right, my Jane Austen marathon continues with Pride and Prejudice. I've read this a million times before, but every single time I read it, I'm delighted by something new in it that jumped out at me. This go around, it was Lady Catherine de Bourgh. She's just so ridiculous, and she's got this kind of Cruella de Vil kind of ridiculousness about her. I don't know. She's so over the top and a really great sort of villain-esque character, even though this book doesn't really have villains per se. But everything that you've heard about this book has been said already, so I can't really add anything else to it. But I love the character arcs, the way that they grow and change and learn. And I really think it's funny, the Sense and Sensibility, her first book, I've always really enjoyed it, but this go around, it felt a little creaky in places in terms of the plot, and this one is like head and shoulders better. You can really see that the character arcs feel earned. The characters are so human and relatable, even though they're living in a completely different world with different rules than what we have today. But just the whole thing of having your opinion of someone change over time because you start reevaluating your own internal hang-ups, and they also start working on themselves so that they can, present a better image of themselves. It's so good. If you haven't read Pride and Prejudice, what are you doing? But also just read it. It's so good. And I am going to say something shockingly controversial. Now, I know the 1995 BBC version is the better version. Okay, I'm not disputing that. It is the better version. It follows the plot much closer. The characters are much closer to in the book. But the 2008 Joe Wright version is my favorite, just because it gets at the kind of interior journey of Elizabeth and Darcy a little bit more. Also, I know Colin Firth is the better Darcy, but I really like Matthew Macfadyen, so don't crucify me for this, but I do like, having just read this and having enjoyed both versions, I do like the Joe Wright movie better. Even though it's not as accurate, I still like it better. The music is gorgeous, the cinematography, and the characters are just, we get inside their head in a way that we don't in any other version. So, okay, I'm going away.